And I am live, I think. I never know because YouTube always lags a little bit. So hopefully everybody can hear me. Hopefully everybody can see me. And if nobody's here, that's fine. That's absolutely fine because I changed the time. Um, I, I had this ready for 9:30, mostly because I didn't know who I don't know what people do in the house. So I just wanted to kind of make sure that I had my that I just had a good enough window for me to be here. So, yes, it is going to be very hot today. It's going to be 35 degrees Celsius. So, I'm going to die. And last night was a rough night of sleep, but also I had just fallen asleep when all of a sudden the weather system goes off with a warning about a tornado in the area. My watch was going off, my phone was going off, and I was just like, oh, like, okay, well, I'm awake. So then I stayed up for another hour watching the sky, making sure that, I wasn't going to do a Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. And yeah, my lighting setup kind of sucks. I'm not this pale, you guys. I'm really not this pale. It's because I have very limited light going on right now because um what am I trying to say? Just because I'm trying to keep the heat low in here and I've had to block everything off. So, but I like the candle or the candles. Uh the lamps behind me. They're really nice when they're steady like that. So it gives it a little bit of a romantic vibe. Yeah, so June updates, you pretty much have all of the updates that I can be willing to um just to give you guys. Go and check out that video. And I'm also wired for sound today. I have my tens unit on my back and also on my leg. Just kind of trying to work out the muscles and, activate the nerves a little bit because I to this point I'm still having trouble. So, but I'm not going to get into that because that's not why I'm here. I don't need to constantly come on here and talk about pains and issues because it just gets to be repetitive. I've already had my coffee this morning, so I figured I would kind of cut back a little bit, even though I was up at like 7 this morning. No, that's not true. My alarm went off at 4. My how do we do this? My sun lamp, I forgot that I had the alarm set for 4 o'clock, and it woke me up at 4. And I was like, that's not happening. Shut it off. Roll over, go back to sleep. Woke up at around 7:30, almost 8 o'clock. Got up, got my coffee, started my laundry just to get it done and out because I was like, it's gonna be hot as hell today, so I might as well get it done early so then I can drive for the rest of the day. And I'm also going to be getting my hair cut today. So this enjoy it because it's probably going to be shorter because even though I can pull it up and I can put it into a bun, it it's just not doing it for me. It's like, my hair looks so much darker in this lighting. It's crazy. But let me see, because I don't really want to turn this full because then it just kind of, yeah, it does that. And then I'm not really like the central focus of anything anymore. I mean, does that look better? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I might just keep it like this. I mean, who cares? Um, but yeah. So what have I been up to lately? So I guess I could give you a little bit of an update. Um, as far as videos are concerned, I have 2 that are recorded and ready to get uploaded, except I I'm probably gonna go the reverse of what you guys put in the poll because I put a poll down for asking like, "Oh, well, do you like sad things or do you like happy things?" And, oh, I just realized that the one blocker that I have on here, it blocked my live chat. I was wondering about that. I was like, "Why is it not is it not showing me my chat?" Okay, there we go. Um, all messages are visible. Oh, Brandy's here. Hey, Brandy. So, yeah, so I kind of I did 2 things, and, yeah, one of them it's not sad. The song choice is sad, but, my reaction to it is kind of I mean, I don't cry, but I do kinda get a little bit emotional, so that's gonna be coming, so prepare yourself for that. And then there's also another one that I had worked so very hard to get the lighting right with this one, and even then, I kind of was, like, looking at myself going, "Well, do I go on to Amazon and buy another purchase and, like, even have it in the video, but then, also, not have anybody pay attention to the effect, even though I think it would have looked great, honestly. It would have looked fantastic, but I'm still thinking, I'm like, how much is too much? Is it gonna work? Is it not gonna work? Um, so I don't know, but, the other one that I did, it came out pretty great, and I'd been wanting to do that one for a while, but I just wasn't in the proper mindset because of the medication that I was on, and I, weaned myself off of it. Um, I was on a muscle relaxer for about 3 months, and I weaned myself off of that, and then I went and I bought an over-the-counter muscle relaxer. It's a bit stronger than the one that I was prescribed. However, um, I can replace that one with the anti-inflammatory or switch between the 2 if I need, because, like, I'm still having pain. I will say that. I'm still having pain. And I've been waking up in the morning with it kind of being a little bit more there because I haven't really been consistent with the anti-inflammatory. And then since I've been taking I've been off of the muscle relaxer, I've just, I've been feeling it more in the morning because it's just been a little bit more stiff than usual. So, but the reason why I went off the muscle relaxer was because it was altering my mental state. Like it was making me very depressed and it was making me very, uh, you know, at that point. So I'm like, I can't do this. Like I need to get off of this because everything is suffering. My performance at work, my mental capacity for anything, my mood. So, and as far as I know, I was the only one who knew that I was going through it. So, but I'm doing better now, and a lot of people have noticed that they're just like, "Yeah, you seem more uplifted and more happy." And I'm like, "Yeah, as long as I can keep um that going, I'm happy because it like the drowsiness of a muscle relaxer is the worst because it stays with you even though it was like only a 10 milligram dose. And even when I cut back to 5 milligrams, I was still waking up in the morning and I'm just like, ugh, ugh. And it's like, I know that doesn't have that much of a time frame in your bloodstream, but for me, like it just, not that it hit me hard and hit me fast, but it was just enough to where it was like, okay, this is very annoying right now. Like, this is super annoying. Um, I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, I'm glad I'm feeling better too because like even though it was helping me sleep at night, even that too, I was looking at my heart rate from the last couple of weeks when I was still on the baclofen, and, my heart rate when before I would fall asleep, it would be at, like, that resting rate of, like, 75 and then, like, going down to, like, 50, and my resting heart rate is usually around 50, 53, in there, 55, but my heart rate went down to 43, and I was like, "Oh, this is, that's low. Like that's like so I was a little bit concerned. Thank you. Yeah, my shirt is really nice. Yeah. I got this in Saskatoon and it was one of those I need to have cooler shirts for summertime and yeah, it's pretty colorful. I mean, the color in this just because of the darkness that's happening right now, it doesn't really show it off that great, but c'est la vie. Um but yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, and cuz yeah, like I just kind of woke up as a zombie the whole entire day and it was just like it was just awful. But like yeah, my heart rate was going down from for 43 and I was like, "Okay, I could be going to bradycardic area here if I'm not careful." So yeah, I kind of wanted off of it. Well, and mainly because I thought that because of the numbing and the tingling in my leg, I thought that because I had been on the muscle relaxer, that was what it was causing it to go numb and tingly, but I'm thinking that's not it, because it's not necessarily alleviating, so and then I'm, like, slowly going back to the reverse of where it's like I probably what I'm gonna have to end up doing is I'm gonna have to stay on some form of a muscle relaxer, because yeah, and then just keep taking my anti-inflammatory when I need it, and but the hardest part of it is advocating for myself, which I do need to do, but also having a doctor that won't listen to your needs and won't listen to what you need. Like he's just like, "Okay, here's your prescription, da da da." And that's been my fight right now. I've just been having to deal with his bullshit. So anyway, I mean, I'm doing better. I'm doing much better mentally than I have been for quite some time. And the more that I can stay away from that, the better. Um, and I don't think like even with like any other type of pain medication that has drowsiness as a side effect, I've never done well with it. I've never done well with it at all. But that's neither here or there. So, yeah, this has been probably like the first week of where it's been super hot weather. It was 33 degrees yesterday and it's 30 going to be 35 degrees now and then back to 33 tomorrow. So, it could be stormy weather and it could be, it could be crazy weather. So, I'm hoping that, it doesn't get too scary. But yeah. Let me see. What else? I mean, other than health being a pain in the ass, it's just I'm still working. I'm still trying to get things working and trying to get videos out to you guys, and it's hard when it comes to having a mental crisis where you're trying to be um creative, but yet the creative drive isn't there because mentally you're just kaput, you know. And I had been like that for weeks. Like there would just be days where I would just shut all the lights off in here and just sit in the dark and like not do anything because I mentally and I physically could not, because the minute that I tried to do something, I was just like, I don't have the energy for it. I can't do it. So it sucks. But yeah, I got 2 videos done and waiting. Um I think I marked it on my calendar for when I'm gonna premiere these because I know I have to do it like kind of closer to the end of the month because I have other um a couple other life things that I have to deal with. Therapy for one, and then also just I was supposed to get my holidays in for August, but I didn't, and then I missed the cutoff, so I'm gonna go for September, hopefully. So, once the last week of July hits, gotta get those days in for September. Gonna maybe try to take a week off in September. Really am gonna try because I need a break. So, um, yeah, what else has been going on? There hasn't really been much else going on with me, really. I mean, just been trying to focus on health and trying to focus on, incorporating exercise and stretches and, trying to work my full-time job without, you know, without being in pain. Actually, it's not even pain. It's just annoying. 'Cause it pulses. Like, I'll be going around doing my day, having just, like, kinda perfectly fine, and then it's like the next minute, it's just, like, the tingling and the numbing in my foot, and it's like, "Really? You have to do this right now?" So and I've also been going back to wearing my back brace at work just for extra protection because I'm like, "Well, if I'm gonna be not on my anti-inflammatory and not on my muscle relaxer, then I do not want to overstrain my muscles again." And, it's a bit crazy what the guys have been going through lately, yes. And, uh, some of it, I mean, even though, uh, they're recovering, but, I just read something the other day that kinda scares the crap out of me for Jeff about, Huey Lewis, and, he has, cochlear implants, but he can no longer hear pitch, and he can no longer listen and enjoy music as he did before. And I had been talking with people about this, and I know that Jeff he's doing okay. He's doing okay. But I'm hoping and praying to whatever higher power that is out there that Jeff is comfortably retired before anything like that, God forbid, happens. I hope that he has put his arrangements skills up on the rack and then his body can begin to fail, you know? Because I don't know. I don't know what he would do. I really don't know. And it scares the crap out of me. It scares the absolute shit out of me. And Bonnie Tyler passed away. Sad. Yeah, well, like, because I heard the story about Bonnie Tyler, and then I was like, "Oh, shit," like, she had a cardiac issue, and then they kinda thought it was, like, sepsis and blah, 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 and then she was okay, they pulled her out of the coma, and she was okay, but she wasn't doing great, and then I guess eventually she took a turn, and that was it. Sucks, because she was a very, very great performer. Amazing, amazingly talented. And of course, I think her voice was a lot of like one of the perfect accompaniments for Gene Steinman's music. Like you can go and you can listen to Holding Out for a Hero with the instrumental, and you can just listen to that cinematic phenomenon. Phenomenon? Num? Yeah. It's been a whirlwind of a year. I mean, I'm telling you. And then, like, this whole colaspora that's happening, this whole parasite from produce that gives you the runs. Ay, ay, ay. Like, ugh, it just, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy what's going on in the world right now. And I think of that as like 4 non-blondes. Like, I said, "Hey, what's going on?" You know? It's I don't know. Ugh, I just look so pale right now. I just look so sickly pale. But it's not by choice. It's because of the light that's shining onto my face, and that's the only other light that I have right now. And I'm not gonna hook up my ring light because I put it away in storage, and I just thought, "Oh, well, that there's gonna be enough light for me to do this." But there's not. Pardon me as I cough. Um, is there any questions? I know this was poorly timed, and I know that, with summer happening, a lot of people are very, very, very busy. I, for one, am not busy with my summers. I just I'm a hermit, really. Yes, I know this is happening. Damn it. Ugh. I just got a notification that it's like, "Are you talking on your live chat?" And it's like, "Yes, I am." Gonna do not disturb that real quick. Go. There we go. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember if I told you guys that I got Apple Watch for my birthday. It was a birthday present to myself. And so far it's been doing everything that I need it to do. So, it's great. Um yeah, and I did the adult thing and paid all my bills today. Well, I only had one bill, but it had to be paid. Because otherwise I would keep on getting emails saying, pay this bill, pay this bill. So it's like, okay, I cannot do Apple. I mean, I can't either. But however, it just kind of makes it a little bit easier for friends who actually do have Apple phones and whatnot. What the heck did I do to my head? I have like a goose egg right here. I don't remember banging it on anything. Or wait, or maybe I did. I might have. I don't remember. Oh wait, yeah, I did. I did bang it. I um hit it on a metal pole the other the other day at work. Yeah, that was fun. That hurt. Um yeah, what else? I don't know. I don't know what else to say because I feel like I've already done all the updating that I can possibly do without going overboard and talking about the same things over and over. I had an old iPod and that was enough for me back in the day. Yeah, I mean I did the iPod thing. Actually, you know what's crazy? I actually do not let I do not have music on my phone. I know, shocking. But there was a reason for that. Because I was trying to cut down on my screen time, and as I had my screen time on my phone set up to cut down on my screen time and not look at it as much, I went onto Amazon and I bought myself a non-touch screen MP3 player. And like it's wired. Like we're talking like, going back to like late 90s, early 2000s, like when MP3 players came out. Because I was like, I just want something that if I'm out and I'm walking, or if I'm out and I'm just like I want to listen to music, but I don't want to just be end up scrolling on my phone. That's a good alternative to have, and it's just a tiny one. It's just it's just a small fit in your pocket, you know. And yes, I keep the original packaging because it's good like that. You see, it's small, so yeah, and it's like wired in. So, um, but yeah, like I just bought that because I was like, I need something. Like I didn't really want to carry around a radio because I don't listen to the radio that much, and I don't. Well, I listen to it, but I could do without the ads. Like if it's anything for me to be productive, I need to just have significant um music. I need it to be consistent. I can't deal with the ads because the ads are louder than the music, and then my train of thought is just gone. So, and what? Yeah. Um. Other than that, I've been just trying to take care of myself. Sleep has been non-existent the last couple of days because of just the weather. It's just awful. But that's neither here nor there, really. Let me see. Is that Does that make me worse or does it make me better? That gives me a little bit of color, but not a lot. So, and I would have kept all of my lights set up, but I had to clean my floor. So then I was like, well, if I'm going to clean my floor, then I'm going to move all of my equipment out of here. Because yes, I do actually have two light stands. I have two small C arm, uh, or not C arm. Uh, I forget what they're called. Um, but they're so if you've ever seen the stand-up lights that they have in voice play videos, the ones that are like cubed on the top, that are kind of look this big, that are kind of like this size, I have them smaller than that. So I have smaller ones, and they do really well for video and whatnot. Just gonna turn that around just like that a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. I'm not fully shadowed, but you can still see me better. But yeah, I mean, the amount of purchases that I've made on Amazon is just ridiculous. Because, like, microphone, Amazon, Apple Watch, Amazon, computer, Amazon, webcam, Amazon, Himalayan salt lamp, Amazon, the light bulbs in my in my lamps, Amazon. Um, yeah, like I think almost everything in this room now has been Amazon. There's been a lot of stuff that has not been on Amazon, and I had always convinced myself that I'm like, "Oh, no, I'm never gonna buy anything from Amazon." Famous last words. Even my, TENS unit that I have on me right now, Amazon. So, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on Amazon that you can get that actually is beneficial, or some of it is cute and cuddly. Like I've bought in some friends off of Amazon for, plushies. Speaking of plushies, I don't know. Let me see if I can do this. Which way do I want to go? Yeah, see? All those little buddies. Well, not all of them are off of Amazon. Some of them are gifts, but a couple of them are from Amazon. So, yeah. I was freaking out because I found my little one is going to get a school issued Chromebook this year in 3rd grade. That seems kind of stupid. Why are we giving kids Chromebooks in 3rd grade? However, it was different from my time because we didn't have technology in 3rd grade. No, buddies. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Ugh. And then people wonder why when parents say parenting is hard. That is a reason of why parenting is hard. You can't even put your kids through normal school anymore without them using technology. Like go back to learning on chalkboards. It just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. It sucks. Yeah. How about paper and pencil? Yeah, paper and pencil, paper and pen, whatever. Have them write cursive because a lot of kids can't write or read cursive. But they can read emojis all the time. It's like, what is that? What is that business? Ugh, and I'm really starting to think that my toothpaste is drying out my lips. Either that or it's just been the exposure to um, all of the fans that I've had going because this whole week I've been having nothing but fans running in the laundry room just to keep me cool because, oh my God. So my lips are very dry. So forgive me if you see me doing that, which is bad. Oh god. I really thought that I would have more to talk about here. I didn't come prepared at all, but then, with the lack of sleep and the um just the heat has just been nuts. And I've just been trying to keep going through work and home life and just trying to keep calm within the chaos even though it's been hard. However, uh my meltdowns at work have been less, which is good. How is your favorite little old man doing? Favorite little old man? Kind of confused. You want to explain that to me? My favorite little old man. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, um, God, was it last weekend? Or was it the weekend before? I can't remember. But he was in the hospital. And um yeah, last Friday he was in the hospital. And like I got to work at 6:30 Friday morning, and they said, yeah, we took him to the hospital because he was very shaky, and he was vomiting up blood. So very, very alarming. So they did the right thing and called the ambulance, and they took him to the hospital, and he spent all of Saturday and Sunday, came back, I think, Monday afternoon, I believe. And they found out that he had a gastrointestinal bleed, as well as a hernia. So they had to give him a scope to go down into his stomach to figure out what was going on. And I talked to him with it yesterday, and he just said, I couldn't eat anything for 3 days after they scoped me. And I'm like, I don't blame you at all. Even though they give you like numbing agents to numb your throat to where you don't feel the force of the tube going down into your stomach, you still feel it. So, but yeah, he's doing better. He still has moments where he's overly shaky, and then we've got him on a different diet. Like, he can't be on anything acidic because we just don't wanna bring up his acid reflux and cause him to, you know, do any more damage to his gastrointestinal, to his GI tract. So he's been doing okay. He's very tired. But, he said, the good Lord is with me." So, was with me, and he's like, like, "While I was in the hospital, I missed you." And I was like, "I missed you too," because like, I was so worried because I was going through the whole weekend not hearing anything, and here I'm like, "Well, no news is good news, perhaps." So, because I was just like, this like and I was kind like, I was trying to prep myself for the worst, because I'm like, "This is gonna kill me if anything happens." But, yeah, he's back here. We're taking care of him. He's getting better. Um, but yeah, like in the morning, he's been very shaky, and we're trying to give him stuff like, you know, just something that has sugar in it, just to kind of bring up his sugar levels a little bit because he's diabetic as well. So yeah, oh, poor fella. I felt so bad, and like, I mean, I wanted to hug him so badly once he got back, but I was like, I don't wanna overdo it because he's so weak and so like, he basically had the wind knocked out of him. Like, he just and like he said, he couldn't sleep all night the night before because or like yesterday night, he couldn't sleep because he was just like, "I just pain," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy." Yeah, not fun. Not fun. But thankfully, They took care of it quick because GI bleeds are not they're not good in any capacity, whether it be in the upper or whether it be in the lower quadrant. It's bad because there's always the warning and the issue of going septic. And if you go septic, it could be make or break, especially for him being 99. I mean, good Lord, I'm glad he made it through. I'm really glad he made it through. So, yeah, he's doing okay. He's doing okay. And he said, he's like, I dreamt about you while I was at the hospital. And I was like, oh, yeah. And of course, all the other residents are, they're, they're, they're doing what they can. They've been enjoying the sunshine. They've been enjoying this heat, which I'm so surprised because, um, I don't know how they can handle it, but I guess with the lack of circulation in their bodies, they can handle the heat. Whereas me, I'm like, nope. I'm like, I can't. So yeah. So that was tough. I felt so bad for him because I was like, oh, like, yeah. But I'm glad he's doing better. That's the up part of it, is that I'm glad he's doing better and he's taking it easy day by day, and every step he's getting better. So yeah, I don't think there's been any other, like, there hasn't been any real serious health issues that have been going on. One of our ladies has a cold, I think, like, or just a very bad wet cough. So we're monitoring that. So it's like making sure that it doesn't get worse. Um, yeah, I don't know if I want to cut this short because I think I've ran out of stuff to talk about. Well, I did do something that I was actually pretty proud of myself a couple days ago. I went through, so my ex-boyfriend, which it's been about 5 years since we broke up, and we haven't talked at all. And he hasn't come back into the picture, I can reassure you. But however, I had this bag of teddy bears and stuffed animals that he gave me while we were together, and I just like, after the breakup, I just went through it and I was like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with it. So I put it away, and then eventually I just brought that out and I went through them. And I was proud of myself for doing it because it didn't hurt as badly as I thought it was going to. So that yeah, I was proud of myself for that. So go me. um yeah, because like when you kind of convince yourself, like when you've had that feeling of like, yes, I love the person, and yes, I, spent a good portion of my time with them. Um, you just I just kind of felt like now was the time to do it. And I really kind of went into it thinking like, oh no, this is just going to be too emotional. This is just going to be too hard. But I went through and I was like, yeah, the memories are there. And I remember, where I was when I got him and what I was doing when I got him. But at the same time, I was like, well, no, I don't I don't feel the attachment to it anymore. Like, I don't. So, and there are still some of them that I have, like the panda bears behind me, because I got those ones at San Diego when I went to San Diego Zoo. So, yeah, I mean, it was one of those things that I was like, yeah, I was with him at the time, but it was more love looking at that teddy bear and going like, you're coming home with me, even though you cost me you cost me $45 American. Ouch. But it was worth it because look at him. He's so cute and so cuddly. So I had to. It was love at first sight. And, I got brought to the gift shop and they said, you can pick whatever you want. There's one that was a lot bigger than that, but I was like, I need to fit this in my suitcase. So, so yeah, that was the one I got. So, I felt so bad for him though, because like when I went through the airport, we had to just really stuff him into a bag and like his face was all smushed. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes it's worth it. It is. Yeah. Even when I get all of my money stolen at Disneyland. Yep. I was in line for my Mickey pretzel at Disneyland, and I had my little wallet on me, which, probably at the time I should have maybe did this a little bit differently, but I didn't know. And it was like, yeah, we're gonna go and get a Mickey pretzel. I open up my thing for the cash, and there was no cash. $100 of American cash was pickpocketed out of my purse. And you do have to watch for that at Disneyland. You have to watch for pickpockets. I mean, you have to watch for pickpockets everywhere. And oh, I was so frustrated and so upset because I was like, well, what the hell do I do now? Like, I'm in Disneyland, but I can't, if I want to buy anything, I can't buy anything. So thankfully, my boyfriend, he was like, okay, um, I'll keep all the receipts. You can buy whatever you want, and just you can pay me back once we get back to Canada. It's fine. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Like, and his parents were very sympathetic about the situation. And then I was like, well, do I go and do I talk to somebody about this? Like, do I open up a complaint? But then they were like, well, it probably isn't going to get that far as like compensation. Like, you probably won't get compensated for that. Um, because I knew going into it that it was that that it could be a thing that could happen, and it did. I just happened to be the unlucky one. But other than that, I did manage to watch the parade down Main Street. So that was fun. And got to watch Phantasmic at the end of the night. And oh my god, going back at 11 o'clock at night on the freeway and getting back to our villa that we were at, because he has an uncle that has a place in Palm Springs. He has a vacation house in Palm Springs. And yeah, oh my god, we were so tired. We were so exhausted. So it yeah, and then a couple days after that I had Krispy Kreme for the first time in my life, but it was very short-lived because the temperatures had changed, and I am not made for plus almost 100-degree weather. If you're talking Fahrenheit, I'm not I'm not prepped for it. And that final week of when I was in Palm Springs, it was going to be going up to the 100s. So it's like you just stay inside and you stay where it's cold in your AC. And because I had left here when it was about -3 degrees Celsius, and then to go from -3 to almost 100 degrees, that's was very taxing on my body. And I remember waking up in the middle of the night and rushing to the bathroom to go vomit. Cleared out everything in my system. Then I woke up the next morning and I still wasn't feeling good. So I was like, I don't know if this is food poisoning. I don't know if this is heat exhaustion. I think it was like very minor heat exhaustion. So I was like, I'm just going to try to drink 7 Up and soda crackers, and maybe hopefully, just hopefully it'll be something that'll stay in my stomach. Nope. Just everything didn't stay down. So I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't. I can't do anything right now. Um so then his family was like, okay, well, like, just take time to rest, relax. We'll go pick up, a couple other things. at the store for you. We'll go to Trader Joe's and get you some stuff, get you some electrolytes, soup, and like we'll just treat it like it's a flu. And so yeah, I spent about a whole day trying to recover because the next day was when I was supposed to get back on the plane to come back here. So I was like, as if the timing could not be any worse. And we had a whole box of Krispy Kreme donuts because we bought a 12 pack and I could only eat one. Couldn't eat anymore because I was sick. And even on the plane back, I wasn't feeling 100%. I mean, I was feeling better. Like my stomach, I could handle things and I could eat again, but I was still just like, I don't like this. So, but thankfully my plane was delayed enough to where it was like, okay, I can actually focus on resting. And they had these great recliner chairs that were at the house. And I did have a fever, like so nausea, fever, stuff like that. And then it was just more so of like me just trying to rest and keep my electrolytes up. So yeah, I'm not good. I don't climatize well at all with excessive heat. And it's not even to where I was out there for long. Like I went out obviously because they had the pool in the back, but I didn't go out on like the 100-degree day. But I guess a couple days before then, staying out there, it just hit me the wrong way, and it hit me fast. Shiver me timbers the whole way. Like, and like I started to worry because I was like, well, if I'm going to continue being sick, then I do not want to end up in the hospital because travel insurance and health insurance, forget it. There was no way. So I was like, I don't care if I have to throw up in a vomit bag on the plane. I'm not going to end up in the hospital in the States. Hell no. Because they would charge me for the room and charge me for everything else. So, yeah, I wasn't going to go that route at all. So, but it was still a very fun vacation. It was very fun. But amidst everything, it was still fun. And that's, the thing that I will always remember, even though I was violently ill. Yeah, I just remember waking up in the night, and like he woke up and he looks at me and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I'm dying." Like, and it would be like kind of like 5 to 10 increments. Like I would just like lie down and then it'd be like, "Nope." And then I was like, I then eventually I just sat in the bathroom and I was like, "I'm just gonna stay in here because it's better for me to just to stay in here instead of go back to the bed and then possibly miss." So, yeah. But I survived. I survived. I don't get that sick that often, but when I do get sick, it hits me hard and it hits me fast. So, especially in that way. If it comes to like colds and flus, I can be out for a week and just be heavily fatigued. Yeah. Um yeah, I think that about wraps it up for me. I don't really know what else to talk about. Not anything that I haven't already said before or that you guys haven't heard about 10 times. Any parting words that you want to say before? Oh, I forgot to turn off the leaderboard. Dang it. I hate the leaderboard. It's just stupid. It's just a stupid, stupid thing. Looking forward to what you have in store for us. Yes, it's going to be both happy and sad. So that's what I got going on. So, but yeah, I mean the setup in the one video that I have, I wasn't too happy about it, but it was a shorter video, and somebody had suggested that I do it. So I was like, "Okay, I'll do it. Imma do it. Get it over and done with." And also, um, the timing was right. The timing was right on that one. So, it worked. And Caesar made me cry. That little bugger made me cry. Because I don't know if when I did my June updates that I talked about this or not, but, yeah, he did something very special. Very, very special for me. So, yeah. I mean, if you know, you know, but if not, we'll just have to wait. So, it's it's coming soon. It's on the soons. And it won't be a Jeff soon. It'll be uh when did I possibly say that I wanted to put these out? Looking at my calendar. Probably the 25th. Or I might put one out maybe tomorrow or the following Saturday. I just have to figure out the time because I can't do it earlier than 9 a.m. and I can't do it later than I think 10, 11, somewhere in there. So yeah, um, it they're coming. I'm not even gonna say that. Oh, and I don't know for anybody who has ever seen this before. It's my squishy Oogie Boogie. Anytime I'm upset, I can just squeeze him. It's actually good for working on wrist strength. So that's another thing about pain. I have not been able to work out since all of this has started because when I was doing Pilates, I would be doing Pilates every Monday after work. We've stopped because of it being summer. And I can barely go into a full bridge without my sciatica driving me crazy. And it goes from when I lift up my pelvis and squeeze my glutes, I feel it in my glute, and then it goes down to the side of my leg and down into my foot. And just holding it there in that position, I'm just like, oh my God, like this is very, very, very uncomfortable. And then it's like I go back down and then I feel release. So, I mean, I just don't know where to start. But a lot of people were saying like, well, if you are starting, do chair yoga at first and then build yourself back up because I think that some of this pain is being caused by a weight issue because I have gained significant weight in the past couple of months because of stress eating and not eating the healthiest of foods, which is bad. Like I'm terrible for that type of thing. But even now, like when I'm raising my, bicep or whatever, like I don't have the muscle that I used to have. Like a lot of this is extra. So, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm getting self-conscious. It's just that I know that I have more there and I don't feel as physically healthy as I could be because of the extra. So that's just kind of a thing. Like I'm not looking to, slim down quickly. It's just I'm trying to find workouts to where I can I can do it or at least try. Cuz I don't think a lot of like dumbbell work would hurt me too much because I'm not going to be using a lot of my back. Um but yeah, the whole leg and the sciatica is being a literal pain in the ass. But I did go to a YouTuber His name is Dr. Michael Derry, and Derry, and he has some great exercises and stretches for sciatica. And I reached out to him the other day and I said, "Hey, this is what I'm going through. Like, do you have any tips or tricks or any sort of stretches that'll help?" And he's like, "Here you go." He gave me one of his videos to watch, and I did the stretch, and it felt great. So it's all in the recovery, but it's also trying to find the time to do it and trying to keep consistent with it, which I never do. I'm very bad with consistency. So, yeah, I think that about does it for me. Let me see. Who do we have for participants? Oh, just the two of us. So, I think I am going to go. Um, I don't know what I was going to do after this because both videos are edited and they're ready for upload. So, and I don't have to clean anything. Like this is the cleanest I've had it all week. I'm surprised because normally I just leave it to be an absolute mess. So, yeah, I'm going to try to stay cool, stay hydrated, have a great day, and yes, I love you guys too. Mwah. See you guys later. How do I stop this again? Oh, end stream. I hate that it's up at the top.